I'm feeling indigenous today. So we decided to do Taino inspired makeup, but also something mermaidy. I was wearing this already, and this is really honestly like this right here with this like matching little like headpiece. It's $10. Yeah, $10 at Ross. And I think, yeah, I just wear this to kind of like lounge around the house. But then I was like, I ended up on this app, which I'll post below. It's like a self-care accountability app, and it's but it's like a Tamagotchi style thing. So you have to like take care of this tiny, cute little being, a little bird, and as you take care of yourself, it gains like experience and growth, and it matures. And so like my little bird Gummy is doing great. This is day 1, and I'm already feeling pretty good. And one of the things on my list of things to do today was something that made me happy. And though I don't talk about it a lot, doing my makeup makes me very happy. I don't do it very often anymore, and it's, you know, I have my reasons why I don't really do my makeup anymore, but when I do, it does make me happy. And I do want to start playing around a lot more, because, you know, the reasons that I had are thankfully slipping away, and they no longer make much sense. So I'm really excited to overcome a lot of my fears and just do things that I love because I love to do it. And bonus is that I get to take care of a tiny little digital life form as part of that journey. So here we are. Makeup is Taino inspired. Without my glasses, here you go. Usually a lot of like red around the eyes or the cheek area and like line work, but I also wanted to do something mermaidy. I don't wear foundation or concealer anymore because I am 32 and my skin fell apart, and I don't even know what works for me anymore. So it's just all powders. You know, I put on a bunch of, you know, I did my skincare routine, and then, you know, it's just eyeshadows, eyeliners, things like that on my face and lips. And that's it for me. So for you, you're here and I'm here. I felt led to come here. I actually like to do my makeup when I'm sick for some reason, and I am fighting something. I think I wanted to say it was allergies, but I am fighting something. I'm kicking its ass though. It's not winning, I'm winning. So, but if you see me or hear me like clearing my throat a lot and stuff like that, I have a little bit of a thing that I've been fighting with the last couple of days, and but it's fine. You're here, and we have some things to discuss, I guess. First and foremost, I have nature noises going, so like water running through a creek. It's very sunny, very light. I originally had ocean wave sounds on when I was getting ready, but then I was instructed to switch it up and do a lot less heaviness. So this is a light video. And then the incenses that we have going right now are Lily of the Valley. Spiritual meaning of Lily of the Valley is purity, humility, and the return of happiness. It's also associated with motherhood, virtue, and it's a Christian symbol of the Virgin Mary, with legends saying it sprung from her tears at the cross. Also signifies renewal, rebirth, and the delicate balance between beauty and danger given its toxicity. I usually don't read the whole breakdown on Google. Yeah, 444 as I say that, which, like, you know what, now that I've gotten in the habit of keeping my laptop with me, 444, divine protection, guidance, and building of strong foundations. positive energies you're surrounded by. Your guardian angels are working to support you on your path. Trust your intuition, embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and maintain a positive mindset. So, upon hearing this, I'm gathering you've got some issues with Christianity. That's okay. I struggle a lot too. I'm not a Christian, and I do still struggle with mainstream, loud, and especially right-wing Christianity, but even left-wing Christianity is incredibly toxic. So I get it, and I'm here for you while we do this. That being said, after that we also have frankincense and myrrh combination incense burning, and that is revered for millennia, traditionally associated with spiritual practices for enhancing focus, meditation, and prayer. They're believed to purify spaces, promote relaxation, and foster a sense of connection to the divine. The aromatic qualities are thought to deepen spiritual experiences and create a sacred atmosphere. So you're being asked to trust your intuition. Oh wait, you know what? That's not. Hold on. That was 4444. I apologize. 444. Positive and encouraging sign you are on the right path and supported in your endeavors. Yeah, that your angels are near, offering guidance and reassurance as you pursue your goals. It's the same thing. Relatively the same thing. So yeah, you're gonna be, and then right after that, this one yelled at me. And that's what we're doing first. If you've been on my channel with me before, you know that the Egyptians, the Kemets, are heavy hitters. They do not play around. They're very straightforward. But yes, so you're looking at the delicate balance between beauty and danger given its toxicity, and something to do with being in a toxic environment and feeling timid, anxious about it. Okay, no worries. The Egyptians are making you feel more anxious. No, I'm playing. No, I'm kidding, you guys. Be nice. Seriously, be nice. I feel like this one's a delicate flower. I feel like this one's delicate. I feel like you are the lily of the valley in your own little way. Just very cute. I don't know if you've ever seen one, but the picture that's up here, very cute, little like bell-shaped little like they're very, very cute. They're very cute. Trying to like see if I can bring you over to see this, and I apologize. I am cleaning my house today, but this that's a lily of the valley if you hadn't seen it before, and that is apparently you in a way, but also, you know, the energy in the room, and I get it. I don't, just be nice. I don't know why, they're just, it's funny because like when oh, that's too funny. That card of course came out. I was gonna tell you something. Ooh, hello. They all wanted to be here. I actually think that's it. I know usually when a cluster of cards come out, it seems like that's a mistake, but with me, it's never the mistake, because then I just keep shuffling, and those same exact cards I put back come back out individually, and it took longer to get here. So I just listen. Okay, so we've got 4 cards, and we're reading from right to left. The first card is Enpu, or Anubis, for those of you who don't know his real name, Enpu, which is also the name of my cat, which is why I left. And you might be thinking, why would you name a cat after a dog god? And it's because that little dude is a black cat that likes to play fetch, is incredibly food motivated, and generally is just a menace, similarly to a dog. Like a badass little dog. Anyways, Enpu though. The god Enpu has something to share with you. Let's get into it. here it says darkness, transformation, and threshold as the keywords, or key ideas. The card of Enpu represents some kind of metamorphosis to come. As the god who guards the portal to the underworld, he is seen as a deity of thresholds and liminal spaces, of crossing from one place to another. Let me check on you real fast. You're at a threshold, my friend? He also acts as a guide through the duat, or the netherworld. The netherworld, or the duat, is like the location with which your soul must pass before making it to the heart and the feather, judgment. It's a part of your judgment, actually. It's part of the judgment process. And he guides you through that. He's part of the guiding process. As such, he is a god of the abyss, the space between one place and another. When this card appears in a reading, it is suggesting that you are about to undergo some kind of transformation. This is especially the case if Enpu turns up as your personal card or keeps appearing over several readings. Although his appearance can be a little intimidating, Enpu is here to reassure you that this transformation is for your highest good, though it is likely to come about through a period of adversity. Excuse me. Your strength is about to be tested in some way as you cross over from your past into your future self. Ah, right. This card indicates a period of growth during a darker time. The seed of your future has been sown in darkness, and it will shoot up when you least expect it. It may not look as you imagined it would. You must face your fears and let go of any unnecessary conflict that surrounds you. Your sense of identity may be challenged during this time, and you might be asked to release old ideas of who you were in favor of who you need to be in the days ahead. Bear in mind that the dark nights of the soul are inevitable, but they do not last forever. Let Enpu be your strength and your guide. I'm going to move right along to the next one, Moot. Right off the bat, I'm just going to let you in on this. Every single one of these cards, all four of them, are gods. And this deck is not all about the gods. This isn't an Egyptian god card deck. This is just the Egyptian Book of the Dead, with a lot of different cards. If you've been on my channel, you've seen other cards on here, but all four of these cards are gods talking to you. So let's just let's get that underway. So your angels and gods are talking to you. And let me be clear, I don't necessarily mind all of the different belief systems. If you're here, you're family, and as family, I am instructed to share things with you. So tap into your angels. Get to know your angels, and also get to know the gods that are talking to you. It doesn't necessarily mean these are the gods talking to you, but gods are talking to you. For some of you, these specific gods are talking to you. For others of you, go do your ancestor work and find out your equivalencies. These are more of energetic embodiments, less about appropriation of other cultures. So if you are of other lineage, I promise you're going to find gods in your, in your space from your people that are going to be saying pretty much the same things. I guess I'm supposed to say all that to you. I'm telling you, sometimes I get on here and then something else is speaking, because I wouldn't really know to say a lot of these things. Moot is the second one. The key ideas are nurturing, self-love, and healing. Moot, meaning mother, was considered by the Egyptians to be the mother of all things, so she is an aspect of the divine feminine. She was worshipped throughout ancient Egypt, and the female pharaoh Hatshepsut built a temple in honor of the goddess. Just as the last pharaoh of Egypt, Queen Cleopatra, related to the goddess Isis and described her as the daughter of Isis, or herself as the daughter of Isis, so Hatshepsut held a similar affinity for the goddess Mut. When this card comes up in a spread, it is a sign that you are being nurtured and guided on your path by this gentle goddess. Yeah, I had a feeling you were a gentle being. There's something like about this energy that wasn't like heavy. Like I literally had to like I did all of this and then I had to like channel a very different energy than like the fierceness I was feeling when I was doing my makeup. It's like something else is just kind of like, all right, and now the baby. So hi baby, whoever you are, hi baby. And yes, I think it's beautiful that you're being nurtured right now. You are a gentle soul. Never change. This is not a reading to get you to change. Clearly, there is a goddess and a god for you, guiding you. You are not supposed to do this alone. You're not supposed to do this alone. I know you might be thinking that. I think that maybe all of us kind of feel lonely at times in this journey, and especially as more, as more spiritual things come up, it can get a little bit like empty in the room sometimes, but you are not alone, babe. As an aspect of the Great Mother, Mut can bring healing energies into your life, helping you to gently work through any health issues, particularly mental health issues, which might currently be holding you back. Mut arrives in your cards with a warm, protective embrace. She encourages you to take extra care of yourself, to do what you love and what brings you joy. As a goddess linked to the sky, she is here to let you know that things are looking up. Mut is a bountiful goddess, and she shares her gifts generously. All good things are coming to you, so be prepared to receive them with gratitude. So while you're going through a dark night of the souls, you have someone, an energy present in your life or in this next phase where that is going to hold your hand to guide you through the darkness. And you have a mothering, nurturing figure that is going to replenish whatever void is lost during this trial and this trial journey, this trial period. Nun is your third god. Key ideas: emotions, calamity, chaos. Nun was the Egyptian god of the primeval waters from which all life came. He is viewed as being a changeable god, often bringing chaos and calamity with his dark and stormy waters. He was usually depicted as a frog-headed god, illustrating his links to water and transformation. When the Nun card is present in a spread, it indicates that you are experiencing turbulent emotions, mental health stuff, yeah. This might not be visible on the surface, and you may be keeping your true feelings under wraps. This is likely to be the case if the mask is also present in the spread. No mask card here, so you could be masking, or you could just not know how to come out with it. That's okay. The Nun card is a sign that still waters run deep. You feel things very deeply, so much so that it doesn't always show on the surface. People might accuse you of being cold or unfeeling, but nothing could be farther from the truth. While you might not wear your heart on your sleeve, that doesn't mean that you don't experience emotional turmoil from time to time. In fact, you might feel completely overwhelmed and as if you are drowning in emotions. The Nun card often brings with it a storm in a teacup. And while this upset is likely to pass swiftly, it will take a little time for the waters of your life to be calm once more. Bear in mind that things said in the heat of the moment cannot be unsaid. Express your feelings with compassion for others. It's like a warning, like, I might be talking to a Scorpio for one, like a very sensitive energy, water energy, Scorpio or Cancer, one of the two. Cancers talk more, so that's why I said Scorpio first. I don't know a lot about like the astral chart, surprisingly enough, but it's because like I read from the manual. Even though I've read through this deck 1,000 times, I still have to read. Like I have stuff. I have my own mental health disabilities, and that's why we do it this way on this channel. But all of that to say, you know, whoever I'm talking to, however deep your emotions are and how hard it may or may not be to, you know, express them, it makes sense why the divine feminine energy is from the sky and the divine masculine energy is from the netherworld with this reading about how deep your emotions are and how turbulent the waters are going to be. This trial situation that you're either going through right now or about to go through, you can kind of feel it on the way, or you're in the midst of it. So we'll just go forward with your last one. This one is one of the great pout, and as we mentioned, moot was Queen Hot. I hate that. I don't know how to pronounce that. How do you say that? Hatshepsut revered Moot, and Cleopatra revered Isis, or Est. We are now going to Est. That is your next one, or your last one. Est or Isis, and she's one of the great pout, or the great Ennead. So we've got compassion, love, medicine, magic, royal authority. Key ideas: healing, restoration, enchantment. Est is the principal goddess of the Egyptian pantheon, making this a very powerful card indeed. It indicates that a magical time in your life is about to begin. Est is a healing goddess, and so this card sometimes suggests that a time of healing is needed, which could mean recuperation after an illness or something more pleasant, such as spending a week at a spa. This is all, sorry, ran out of space, so let's just get through this. Don't know how much space I'm gonna have after this. Where we left out, this is also the card of magical journeys, such as spiritual retreats and pilgrimages to sacred sites or places that hold special significance to you and your family. You may also feel called to become a healer yourself, perhaps taking up a course in counseling or psychology. With Est as your guide, you might suddenly find that you have itchy feet and you're eager to be off on adventures following your heart. Allow Est to lead the way, and she will guide you toward the right places at the right time, where you will find it easy to make connections and meet the right people. This is a restorative journey for you, one which energizes you and brings you joy. The card of Est can also indicate that you need to let more magic into your life. Be open to the enchantment of the world. Believe in soulmates, fate, destiny, and magic. Take your spellcraft to the next level. Learn the magic of Est and remember that there is a spark of her divinity inside you. Use her power wisely and for the greater good. So, and then I think we'll be done, I say. But, you know, before the video got cut out, that's kind of what I was talking to you about. Sounds like there's some mental health stuff going on, and for that, I'm sorry. Yeah, storms, oh my gosh, yeah. Okay. Wow. Okay. First card, Oya. Goddess of Storms. It says here, wielding her powerful sword of truth, Oya is the Yoruba goddess of storms, wind, and lightning. Storms bring shift, rapid and uncontrollable change, and at times chaos. So there's some chaos going on in your life, and it's hitting you really fucking hard. And you feel it deeply, and nobody fucking knows that you're going through it. You feel very alone in this process. Guidance. The winds of change are in motion. Into every life, a little rain must fall. Personal storms clear away the old. Sometimes change moves slowly, at other times change is swift. Embodiment, what would you like to change? If you are not actively changing it, you are choosing it. To make shift happen, focus on what you want. Stop giving energy to what is not working. The biggest thing holding you back is you. If you want people and life to treat you better, you go first. If you attract betrayals, stress, and strife, the common denominator is you. And my gentle, beautiful being who is probably feeling some type of way after I finish that sentence, the next sentence is, beating yourself up is self-harm. Feel your feelings, honor your journey, tell yourself the truth, and practice self-compassion. Okay? Declaration, I make shift happen. And the last card is Ma'at, goddess of giving and receiving. I like this reading for you. Goddess Ma'at represents alignment, truth, and balance. Her name means order, as her father, Egyptian god sun god Ra, rose out of the chaos and put her in charge of divine justice. Guidance, reset your harmonic balance. You are out of alignment. The sacred scales command you to give and receive. If you receive without giving, you are selfish and out of alignment. And if you give without receiving, you are stuck in martyrdom and out of alignment, which sounds like you. You sound like a martyr, I'm not gonna lie. And this is coming from the depths of my soul. I love you so deeply. I can feel how much I would love you. But you are being a martyr. And a lot of this deep emotional turmoil is your fault. Embodiment. Giving and receiving is spiritual law and spell work. And you need to be inviting a lot of magic in your life. Fun fact, Ma'at and Isis or Est are the same. Give time, money, service, resources, and good vibes. If you are a generous giver, cultivate a practice of receiving. Receiving is a sacred feminine principle that makes many uncomfortable. That's why Moot is in your life right now, while you go through all of these chaos energies that you're going through. You've got 3 chaos cards here. You're going through it. Moot is here to pour into you, not just so that you can survive it, but that you can embody it. You have to embody Moot, Est, and Ma'at. Receive compliments, joy, support, pleasure, friendship, money, and love. They are all the same to spirit. Declaration, I give easily and freely, I receive freely and easily. Boy, if you don't quit putting yourself through bullshit that you don't have to put yourself through, my love, oh, I get it. I get it. Kind of. You need to remember, as uncomfortable as this is, this whole putting everyone else before yourself thing that Christians have taught you to do, because I'm guessing you grew up in that, and that's why you're feeling some type of way about the Lily of the Valley significance in the Virgin Mary story. And I understand that. I get it. I really, really do. And having a feminine form, if that is your case, or embodying feminine energies, if that is your case, femininity in general is very much a painful experience. I'm not gonna lie. There's so much sacrifice in this world, having to do with feminine energies and the feminine form. And so I'm not here to sit here and pretend that that's not reality, okay? That is very much reality for the majority of people who either embody feminine energies, embody the feminine form, or both. You know, trans women, oh my gosh, feminine mask-presenting individuals, whatever the case may be, as soon as feminine energies enter a room in any way and people notice it, it's just, it's like open season on it. Someone's got to say something. Someone's got to feel some type of way. Someone's got to have an opinion, and it is just so goddamn exhausting. I get it. and then showing up to a witchy reading and hearing anything about your former life, all of the sacrificing that that institution expected from you, can be very jarring. I get it. You're not here to be told to embody toxicity. You're here to acknowledge that the toxicity is there. It signifies renewal, rebirth, and the delicate balance between beauty and danger. There is stuff here. I don't know what you're going through specifically. It just clearly has something to do with embodying your truest form, stepping out into it, and you may have done that, and now you are watching the chaos unfold as a result, and some of that hurt, and some of that felt like a loss. I don't know what any of that necessarily means, aside from you are in a place where you are having to learn that the only way to be in this authentic space is to be balanced. And it's interesting because for the last few videos I haven't felt the need to whip this amulet out, but I am, I am encouraged, thank you, word finding, to bring this out again. Since the last time we showed you this, we have edited it. It has even broken a little bit, but the main points are the same. And that is, we've got sunstone and moonstone, big sunstone, moonstone here close to the chest. And that is where me as a two-spirit person resides. Balancing both sides of myself. And acknowledging being two-spirit was only like a fraction of the battle for me, actually. I found myself for the last year working to find me, find that two-spirit, find that balance, only to realize that after a year, I am not this completely free and healed, perfect individual that I thought I would be when I set myself up on this journey this time last year. 11/11, as I say that, we'll take a quick pause. Powerful sign of new beginnings, spiritual awakening, and alignment with your life's purpose. And so 11/11, as I had said that, I thought that this time last year I put in my head, I'm going to be completely free, I'm going to be completely whole, I'm going to be completely healed, there is not going to be a single broken piece in me. And a few weeks ago, I had the startling and heartbreaking and sorrowful realization that I felt like I was back to square one. And the worst part was that I had done all the work. All this work. I'm in therapy, peer support, I'm doing my own mental health work on the side, doing spiritual work, getting back in my hobbies, resting more, being in a place of receiving, being gracious. I'm connected so much more with my spirituality in ways that I couldn't even fathom last year. And I woke up one day and I was like, not only do I still want to leave this plane of existence, but all of the research and all of the knowledge I've accumulated just kind of felt like even more of a good reason not to want to be here anymore. And that was so scary to me, you guys. Oh my god, like, I'm going through my stomach and gut health stuff and hormonal things. I am going through school, and now I'm realizing that connecting with myself was just step one. And step one took a year. But then I did all that work, I realized it, and in a matter of time between starting and ending my shower, I connected with myself and I said, okay, well, now that I feel that so strongly and so acutely, I have a plan in place that I put in place for such a time as this. And I did. I have a safety and regulation plan, which I feel like everyone struggling with depression, anxiety, self-harm, SI, any of that should have a safety and regulation plan if you really want to transform your life and really like put yourself first in that first step way. And my safety and regulation plan is simply just, I put all my shit out there. All of the signs, all of the plans, and everything that I need to do in order to re-regulate and get back on my feet in any way that I could. And I consulted with my own safety and regulation plan that I wrote this time last year, and I implemented it. And right after my shower, I got on the horn with my psychiatrist for my meds, my therapist for an appointment, which I had already had, and my peer support specialist, who I got my 365 through already. So right before my 365, I'm on the phone and I'm like, okay, listen, here's what's going on, here's how I feel, I need something different. And before, my diagnosis was general anxiety and panic disorder. And within the week, I discovered that I don't actually have just anxiety and autism. I actually have something called existential OCD, which, like, I spend 99.999% of my time thinking. I wake up every day and the void is staring in my face. And me and my therapist kind of looked at each other like, damn, like there it was all along. That's what I have. That's what it is. And so I get on an SSRI within the day, because I'm very sensitive to medication and I have all of this other stuff. Within the day, I'm like, okay, yeah, I just needed the chemicals to get me back on track. It wasn't easier. Within a couple of days, I met with active flashbacks of traumatic events, except now I have the chemicals needed in order to confront them, and I am in a place where I am like, oh my gosh, like, no more self-harm ever again. No putting people before myself. Like, anything that breathes other than me will have to wait for me to put my own mask on first. They have to. It is the rules on this journey. And oh my gosh, like, yeah, it's hard to be so aware of so many things across time, your past, your present, and your future, as above, so below, which is where I exist all the time. It is incredibly hard to be there like that and not feel fucking exhausted by the occupancies that you have to take up. Listen, every single step in this journey that you're taking, my love and my light, every single step you take, including the steps you take to your bed to take a nap, including the steps you take to the store to get yourself something nice, including the steps you take to the kitchen to make yourself something healthy and wholesome to eat or snack on or sip on. Every single step you take, including the steps you take to getting on the phone with your mental health provider and your friends and your family and support system, every single one of those steps you will probably have to take over and over again. And it will feel like you took an entire year's step back for 2 seconds before you realize and recognize that you are still not who that person was last year. It may feel similar, but your brain operates in similarities and consistencies. The human experience is all about confirmation bias. What sounds the most like what I want to hear? you have to be your own confirmation bias. Every single day you have to rewrite that history. Your body, your existence is not to be a healer on other people's terms. And I know that's how you were raised. We are finding out right here and right now that balance is your ultimate truth. That your divine masculine is holding your hand on the right side just as much as your divine feminine is holding your hand on the left. That as crazy and chaotic as the world gets, that is what a storm is. And storms are a natural part of shifting. See, storms oftentimes unearth that soil so that you can actually plant a bountiful harvest. I don't know why I have to say all this to you. With all these anecdotes, I feel like you like to hear really cute things like this. You're a very gentle, cute thing, aren't you? Oh my gosh, I would love to have tea with you and just like pile you with a bunch of stuffed animals and just like pet you. Like, I want to do these things with you because you just seem like the baby I want to take care of and just hold, which is why Moot showed up, because like Moot and Est are just very like maternal and sweet energies, and Enpu and Noon are very intense. Oh yeah, very intense, and so it's very cute to me. 6, your cards are 6. You have 6 cards here, so I don't know, maybe 6 is a number for you? Let's see. The angel number 6 signifies balance, harmony, and responsibility, often relating to family, domestic life, and service. It encourages nurturing relationships, prioritizing love, and finding equilibrium between material pursuits and spiritual growth. Balance. This number can also highlight the need for self-care and healing. So, I will find out what the name of the app is that I downloaded, because you need this app. This is not a paid advertisement. I literally just stumbled across it this morning and sent it to all of my family members and friends and my loved ones, because I'm like, you gotta try this. It's already so cute, and I've only been doing it for like a couple of hours. So I will find out what it is and I will post it in the comments. I will post everything that we talked about on the computer here so that you kind of have a guide. And I want you to take good fucking care of yourself today. For some of you, you need a month of every single day. Woo! Ooh! Ew, ew, ew. 1 card pull for I Am Queen, and then we're done. Apparently. And we're gonna shuffle, actually. Do you want me to shuffle first? Yes. I'm shuffling first so that you can see that it has been shuffled. And we're pulling from the top, and I'm not looking. Here's your queen. Queen of Unfelt Emotions. We've already talked about this. I'm gonna read it, and then we're gonna go. Queen of Unfelt Emotions. Baby. Baby. My little baby. See, I'm gonna like, little baby. Unlike children who are good at letting emotions move through them instantly, as an adult, you endure the pressure of daily life and can disconnect from your innermost feelings. Maybe those feelings were pushed away so long ago that you can't locate them anymore. That's what I thought. And I went through something similar, and maybe down the line we'll talk about like that. We did a little bit in the root chakra video, but like there was more to that. You might sometimes even downplay your happy feelings and think that you are too much or that you should not make a big deal of them. Martyrdom. The Queen of Unfelt Emotions encourages you to feel. She embodies the aspect of you that holds buried emotions and represents the parts of you that have been neglected or overlooked and yearn to be acknowledged and felt. Give this queen your loving attention. Finding her within. Are there signs you recognize when your Queen of Unfelt Emotions shows herself in you? You might notice areas in your body that get tense and uncomfortable, signaling the presence of unexpressed feelings. Remember how you successfully got in touch with your unfelt emotions in the past. Did they bubble up to the surface? And what was your doorway to uncover and release those feelings? Her gifts. Invite the Queen of Unfelt Emotions to reveal herself to you with compassion and openness. Create a safe space within yourself to explore and acknowledge these buried emotions without judgment or resistance, and allow yourself to feel whatever arises with gentleness and acceptance. Practice self-care such as by taking a bath. We talked about this, taking a bath. Journaling, we didn't talk about last in the self-care video, but we should have. Meditating or engaging in expressive arts to uncover and gently release these buried feelings. Remember that embracing and integrating your emotions paves the way for healing and transformation. So lots of transformative energy going to be happening with you as soon as you choose you. When you let yourself feel sorrow, it opens your heart. With an open heart, you have a bigger capacity to also feel the joys of life. And that's it. That's it. 7 is my lucky number. It's the number of my spirit mommy, Yamaya. It signifies spiritual awakening, inner wisdom, and divine guidance. It suggests a spiritual journey and the potential for personal transformation. So, oh my gosh. We're here and we're queer. We love trans in this bitch. Okay, we're trans friendly here. So if this is to my trans cousins, like, can't wait. Tell me all about it if you feel moved, and if you don't. It's your business. For those of you who are going through the dark night of the souls, it's a transformative process. You get to this at the end of that, heart and the feather, and you overcome your storms. I am so happy for you. I love you. You are beautiful. You are so important to me, and don't be afraid. I'll see you in the next one.